Hello. Howdy. Sorry, I'm like an hour later than I wanted to be. Technical difficulties abound as usual. But hi everybody. Welcome in, Fire Code Man. Thank you, Delvin and Lydia, for sending them over. I am about to weird you out, so welcome. But as you might see, I finally got my freaking tracking fixed. Somebody tell me I did a good job. Somebody tell me I did good. Somebody tell me you're proud of me. And that I'm really cool. Somebody, please tell me. Somebody, please tell me I'm good.
Butts, haha.
Haha, butts. Somebody. Still not ready, so have fun. Oh, thank you. The true Lumi experience is throwing shit at my face. Welcome. Let's continue to farm. I have a man to capture. Oh, and I've been squooshed. How dare. And again, thank you so much. Lydia, you're the only one that truly loves me. Oh, oh, oh. Jess, please. Jessica. Jessica. No. Jessica. I can't get up. Jessica. Yes. Jessica. Jessica. Help me. I'm buried. Where am I? Hello? Am I okay? Is my neck okay? Oh, I'm fine. False alarm. Now we get to fight with Carter. We're probably gonna have more beef today. Because I have money to make. So let's do this thing. Very slowly we'll do the thing because it takes a bazillion years to do anything.
Crazy. I was crazy once. They locked me in a room. A rubber room. A rubber room with rats. And rats make me crazy.
Oh boy.
Crazy. I was crazy once. They locked me in a room.
Why is it saying it
a
again?
rubber room. A rubber room with
Why
rats.
Is it doing it again?
And rats make me crazy.
Why is it? Oh no, it literally says it twice. Okay. We don't stand Carter in this family. We have beef with Carter. Carter gets in my way, pushes me around, and won't let me do my freaking job.
Alu. Is this Mrs. Narii? Your fridge is running. You should go get it.
Oh no, not my fridge. I'm not a runner or a track star, though, so. You and Lucifer are beefing. What happened? What happened? Found a fossil. Alright, listen. Carter, stay away from me. I will get HR involved if you do not stop, sir. Thank you for moving. Is your Xbox running? Hi, Luna. Bye, Jess. Our new kitty is crying because she hears me talking. And she can't hang out with me. Spilled my energy drink over my mouse mat. Oh no. A great question, Fire. Great question. No, new kitty has unfortunately has ringworm, and so we have to be like basically hazmat suited in order to interact with her. And she can't come out, she can't meet with my kitty, she can't hang out with us until we get that cleared up. So she's going to the vet tomorrow, get her on medicine, and we're gonna be as clean as possible and hopefully get her cleared really fast so that she can hang out with us. But for my own sake, I'm gonna go shut my door so I don't get sad. As soon as she hears us, she's like, oh my god, please come hang out with me, please. I just want to find things that are like archaeologically significant so that the dig site gets bigger, but also so that I can make money off of the things that I find. Oh, another fork. I got a golden fork. Whoa. Why did I zoom in? That's weird. Hold on. What's happening? Why did I do that? Oh, it like tilted the camera? What? Hello? Alright, let me go in here. Whoa, that okay. Let me zoom out maybe? Whoa. The angle is so weird. Please hold.
Hear the roar.
I'm just like weirdly leaned over. It's crazy. I don't have like a good stand for my iPad, so it's just kind of at a weird tilt right now. Yes. I don't know if that's doing anything for me here. Okay. I think this is good. I mean, it's as good as it's gonna get, I think. I'm just looming over you all. Get it? Loomy? That's a dumb joke. Please. I guess we're just gonna be... Cause I guess I can just like lean this way, but then I can't really see y'all very well. Hi, Benny. Do you have games on your phone? Do you have games on your phone? I play them. This tilt is not it. Now I'm like covering most of my screen. Do one of these. I'll do a tilt this way. Guys, I just permanently am sideways. I don't know. No. Okay. I guess this is as good as it's gonna get, kids. Madge, today my phone didn't get shipped and I have to wait till tomorrow and I have mosquito bites. Bro. What the fuck? That sucks. Anyway, I'm on the struggle bus today, apparently. What else is new though, right? Oh, buddy. Oh. Please, my face. My face. My face. Oh, and I'm dead. I have become pretzel. No. Send 911. Oh, I'm hungry. I like how my stomach rumbling is like a purr. You're hungry. Okay. I'm just pretending to be a farmer today. I'm not actually a farmer. I'm doing my best, though. Oh my god, a crystal. I'll get some coin. Carter. Move your damn ass. What is going on with my arms? Oh my god. You know what? PC face. Reset. Okay. Oh, and now I'm leaned back all funky. This is great. This is top peak content right now. I am the best VTuber that ever existed, and apparently I'm weirdly winking at you because it lost sight of half of my eye. Anyways, I think we're okay now. Hi, my name is Mama Lumi. Welcome to my stream. I struggle constantly. This is fine. It's fine. This is fine. Anyway, who liked my new intro song? I commissioned that song. That is my song. I found someone on Fiverr, and I was like, hey, here's some references. make a sound that make a song that sounds like spacey and fun, and that's what came out of it. Oh my lord, get out of my way. And I pretty much think it's pretty cool. I have to set it as an outro too. But now I don't have to worry about Spotify because it's my song. It's nobody else's song. I get all the rights to that song. I paid for them. And I really like it. I think it was pretty cool. Back outside we go. Did I find anything cool, Carter? No? Fuck you then, Carter. First you get in my way and then you tell me my stuff's not cool? Fuck, bro. Get out of my face. Get out of my face. Oh, I forgot I had a horse. It's been a minute. It's been a few minutes since I've played this game. I'll give you money because I feel like by giving you money, eventually something good will come out. By being super duper nice and generous to you, I think something will happen down the line. I think. Don't remember. It's been a while. How is everybody doing? How was your weekend? How was the last week? How's life? Hope everybody's doing pretty damn good. Because that's the only thing that's allowed. The only answer is, I'm doing good, Mom. That's it. That's all you get. Any other answer will make me sad. And you don't want to see me sad. So, there. I'm large and in charge. Feed food, please. Ready to order. I'm gonna get a sandwich. Sandwich. Excuse. Oh, I'm yawning. Excuse me. Okay. I'm no longer hungry. Let's see what I can sell out of my. I'm just gonna assume that I gave Matt his gift for the day. I don't remember. When I pause halfway through a day, I'm lucky I paused outside of the freaking dig site because I never would have remembered that was what I wanted to do. Over the weekend, obviously, we came home with a new little baby because we lost our Princess Callie a couple weeks ago now. But we spent Saturday and Sunday, just like all day, at various animal shelter, meeting with the kitty, trying to see what kitty picked us. And the little baby that we brought home picked Mr. Lumi. I haven't found one that picked me yet. I'm hopeful that I will find one soon. There's nothing. I still have Poof, my Foofy Foofers. She's still alive. She's fine. She's just very antisocial unless she decides she wants to be social. And that's fine. That's her thing. But, oh, thank you for the head pat. But I want a kitty that loves on me, like, all the time and is, like, social with people and will just kind of hang out with me wherever. Because Poof really only hangs out with me at nighttime in the bedroom. She's still a little too afraid to go downstairs. It is raining. And she's still afraid of people. So, I'm hoping that getting these two babies will help break her out of her shell a little bit, and maybe she will become more social. Hopefully. That is one of the goals. So, fingers crossed. We're gonna have 3 kitties. That is the hope. 3 kitties. Oh. Any oranges? Any more oranges? Or I don't know. It's flowering, so I don't know. Oh, my chick grew up. They grow up so fast. Need to make sure I plant that on my crop because Matt said that my crop was mediocre and that I have a long way to go. Yes, I'm working on it. I'm sorry. You're hungry, I know. There you go. Nugget. Nuggle. Put you down. Goat. Oh, wrong button. Hello, pick up. Surrounding myself with in a room full of kittens is like one of my favorite pastimes now, though. So we will be going again next weekend to see if I can't find myself a kitty in a different animal shelter. Well, I guess that's good then. Yes, yes we are. Mr. Lumi wanted one because that's part of his healing process, is he needs a little buddy to love on, because my cat really doesn't. She tolerates him. She allows him to pet her occasionally, but he needs a little kitty that loves him like a ridiculous amount. And that is what we found in little Miss Tammy. So I have Poof, and Mr. Lumi found his little baby, and I'm still trying to find my little baby. And the hope is that once all the 3 babies are good to go, that Poof will maybe come out of her shell a little bit. So yeah, we're hoping she learns social skills from the kids. Don't know if it'll work, but we're hoping. Stop sleeping. I'm trying to snuggle you. You keep getting mad at me. Animals are taking care of me. Good. Arrow. You have some. Growing up, we had no less than 5 cats at any given time. So this whole 1-2 cat milk and fish. I did forget to milk my cat. So this whole 1-2 cat thing is just not enough cats. So 3 cats is a good place to start. Fish. I'll check the next one. So they're just kind of randomly green today. Okay. I'll leave them inside for now. He wants turnips, which I'm waiting for. He wants pickles, which I need turnips for. He wants milk. He wants fish. He's usually on the beach. Oh, there he is. I have for you. Hear about your request. The milk. Hand it over. Ta-da! I'm good at things. What did I get? Do you give me turnip seeds? Yes. Aha! Thank you, sir.
Hey.
Yay. But this heat, forget about it. Okay, so Naomi's not on the beach. In the forest? No. Naomi, are you still in the inn? Naomi, where are you hiding? Have fish for you. Oh. That's Rock's room. Oh, there she is. Excuse me, Lou. Please go downstairs. Her name is Nami. I keep calling her Naomi. I need to stop doing that. Nami. There we go. What do I get from you? Things that I can get for free in the wild. Got it. Well, I've filled requests. That's something. Hey, I'm gonna go give Matthew a tomato. Me thinks I need more fertilizer. Nope. Oh! Ooh! 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 Okay. I'm so excited! What's happening? Better not be a rival scene, or I'm gonna be so angry. What? Cut that out. Say something instead of just lurking. Oh, okay, Glumpy. Glumpy. Lately, CC, I get the feeling that she's changed. Why do you notice? She seems so much happier than before, and it makes me wonder if she's fallen in love with someone. Why do you care? If it's someone who's a good match for her, that's fine, but if not... I just want her to be happy. Sir. Don't look at her. Look at me. Pay attention to me. The orange was too much. Sir, I have tomato for you. Tomato. Here you go. Yes, please. Take my present. Working in the fields tires you out. I mean, yeah, I suppose. Oh, yeah. Anyway, I am. Yes. Fertilizer, please. Yes. I will make my crops live up to your standards. Love me. Thank you. Bye. Please pay attention to me. Oh, another scene. Well, hot diggity damn. This one's Cecilia's. Hi there. Raising crops takes a lot of time and effort, doesn't it? Still, it's always so worth it to see those cute little seeds you cared for grow and thrive into the most delicious fruits and veggies. That was a long sentence. How has farming been? Is fieldwork growing on you, perhaps? Oh my god. I don't mind, it's kind of fun. Oh, I'm so pleased to hear that. Personally, I've felt that whenever I care for crops, the little darlings are cheering me on and giving me the energy to get through the day. She's adorable. I'm sure I sound a bit odd for saying so, but working with crops makes me very happy. I love every second of it. I don't really care, actually. Just don't steal my man, okay? He's my man, not yours. Go have him, if I have anything to say about it. Well, aren't you just so perplexed over here? Ooh, 3,600. What the frick did I sell? Any other forecast today? No? Still more intermittent rain. Okay. This shit? Oh. Not that. Oh. Why did it wither away? Hello? It's been raining. It got watered. I'm so upset. I need those. They all freaking died, and I don't know why. Did I forget to water them? Like, the ground looks wet. So I don't understand. It rained today. I don't understand. I can't even water. Like... I don't understand. Why did you die? Now I might fail those requests because my turnips won't be done in time. Might be cutting it super close, but I guess we'll see. I'm angry and I would like to file a complaint to the weather department. The vegetable department. Stockpiling on flowers for when Van gets here. This is the only way I can sell them. That and setting up a stall. But that's kind of a crapshoot because people don't always show up. Why not? Time to go visit our buff little friend, Lydia. Our yellow buff boy for a recipe. Fruit salad. Nope, fine. I can always count on the yellow one. I suppose we'll go do some more digging. The goal is to expand the dig site. So, I do see some things sticking out of the ground. Let's go. Let's see what I can find. Oh. Fossil. No, I already... It's not. This is... No. Oh, goodness, the aiming. This one, thank you. Ooh. Ooh. An old fossil. Okay. You're a coin. Doop. The freaking... Look, that I'm literally facing the opposite direction. I don't understand. Thank you. Even Christmases. It's almost spooky season. I'm excited. I finally have a house that I can decorate. I don't know if I'll have money to decorate, but like the prospect of decorating is kind of cool. I have a table now that I can put a centerpiece on, so yay for me. But I want to decorate our front yard a little bit so that the kids can come get candy. Oh my god, so I'm Flower. Hello, nice to see you. How are you? So I am starting a local book club in my neighborhood with one of my other neighbors. And I'm pretty freaking excited about it because I will get to make friends in real life, you guys, in person. I haven't had an in-person friend since I left California. Like, ooh, my bestie lives in Utah. She left me first before I moved. Now I'm gonna get together with a bunch of the ladies in the neighborhood once a month for brunch and talk about a book that we read together. I'm so freaking excited. You have to leave the house and hang out with people, make friends, and meet my neighbors, and read more books. This can only go well for me. Oh my God, Carter, fuck off. No, I was so close. Time ran out. I'm angry. Yeah, whatever. Carter, hate you. Heck you. Another productive day. I didn't find anything worth anything. Fine, I'll get money for it within the next couple of days when Van shows up. Fine. I wish at least that digging was like a skill you could grow. But there's no skills to like level up in this game. The disgust on his face. I know, like, oh, you found ancient fossils and like gold coins. Whatever, that's not like archaeologically significant, you loser. Can see you tomorrow though. Oh. Okay. Thanks, I think. See if going in and then leaving does anything. Sometimes it does. Nope. Sometimes people just show up at your house at night. Anybody walking around? No. Molly, that guy. No. I just want to go to bed. My crops, just make sure they're still watered. Probably watered. I mean, they're wet enough, but the freaking turnips are not there. Freaking turnips died on me. So. Now I'm gonna be paranoid about losing more of my crops. Hakakura, you just keep going in and out of doors? Like, I keep hearing doors open and shut, dude. Who's in my barn? Oh, I didn't get eggs. Perfect for eggs. There's one. No? I just have... No, I have 2 females. I guess cow just didn't lay an egg today. I don't know. Right in there. Always save, because you'll regret it if you don't. I have first-hand experience of regretting it. And more rain. All right. They're getting warm. That's sure. No. No fruits to Oh, you did have an egg. You just didn't check under your butt the second time. That's fine, I guess. Go. Check my fridge to see how many things I have stored away for whenever I decide to cook eventually. Who knows when that'll be? Boop. Boop and a boop. Oh, he's just scarfing it down already. And he's done. Alright. Like, great, thanks. Inhale. Burger. Honestly, love these names that y'all came up with. They're great. Can't even talk or snuggle when they're asleep. Stop sleeping. Hello, please. Wake up. Wake up. Nebula. Please. Freaking sleepy horse. It's only 7:45 in the morning. Like, why are you so tired, bud? Oh, no, he's awake. I see how it is. The rain, I think, has already stopped. Me 24/7. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna take a chance and let them out. Give them some sunshine. I hope I don't regret this later, but I might. Plants are fine. Plenty of green. Goes up sale. Now to make my rounds again for the day. Any new whoppers? Nope. Request, that's the word I wanted. You know, the good old thingamawoppers. Inside? Must be. I didn't see him outside. There he is. Brooding and contemplative as always. Love a man who thinks. He said it was good to see me. Not now. He's too busy brooding with his hands in his pocket. That's right. Accept it. Thank you very much, sir. I am not here to shop this time. I do wish to flirt with you. You didn't like my tomato. I need to use more fertilizer, clearly. 3 hearts. Gotta get it more than that. Let's go stockpile some flowers. I think Van shows up in like 2 days? I think. I don't like have a calendar in my pocket, unfortunately. So I'll have to go check the wall calendar when I get back home. But I think it's 2 days. I'm gonna make hella bank when he gets here. Ooh, doggy. Okay. Forest for those flowers. throw back yet today, so we'll go get that recipe. Eat the strange mushroom in the forest? Why not? There we go. Speaking of book club, I keep getting invitations and things for that. Otamello salad, huh? I hope he's pretty energetic today. Didn't get to do a whole lot yesterday. And there's Flora's little rat dog. Literally looks like a rat. Is this Chihuahua somebody's pet? Like, even in-game, I can't believe that anybody would have a Chihuahua. Please, sir, may I dig in the ground? Yes. Okay. No, I'm not. I didn't even start. You're just in my way. Again. Oh. Damn, Flora just acted like I beat her up behind the head. She was like, oh. Some kind of old coin. Oh, that didn't look like an old coin. The way I wish I could speed this up. A crystal. This game is so relaxing. Like, it's like slow paced on purpose. The days last a really long time, so you can kind of spend it literally however you want. More old coins. I need something cool, otherwise Carter's gonna get on my case again. You know, you didn't find anything good. Yeah, well, heck you. You were in my way all the time. What do you want from me? Can't have both. I appreciate the micromanaging, Carter. Fuck off. I really programmed his AI, like, really poorly for this small, cramped space. Not being able to dig through his feet. Is it something cool? A gemstone. I mean, it'll get me money, but it's not archaeologically significant enough for Carter. Heyo, Delvin. What up, buddy? I'm beefing with Carter again. What else is new? Uh-oh, it started raining outside. My animals are gonna be pissed. I'm going home. Uh-oh. Rat Rose. Yes, yes, yes. You don't think my gemstone's cool? Heck you. I have to go home and put my animals inside. They're gonna be really mad at me. There's some stuff I should be doing, but I'm here instead. Aw, thanks. Happy to help you procrastinate. Alright guys, get back inside, quick, it's wet. Oh, egg. They're growing. Turnips better not get fucked up. I'm so pissed. Another egg in I wonder if there's any facilities I can buy. Seed maker is soon. Pond, that'll make it so I can get duckies. Processing for milk, desirable cheese, fertilizer maker, barn upgrade, fertilizer spreaders. It's expensive, yo. Need to make hella more bank. Might as well just go to bed then. I'm just speed running it now. Give a gift to Matt every day. I should probably look up what his heart scenes are. Let me do that real quick. Heart events. So he likes energy drinks and like veggie soups because he's sickly. That's good to know. Heart event. I wonder if I'm missing. No, I don't think so. Oh, excuse me. Oh, thank you for lowering the cost of VIP. I'll do that right now. I was looking up heart events, I'm sorry. Thank you for getting my attention, Luna. It's at 57 now. There we go. I'm just resilient like that. Yep, he comes tomorrow, so that's even sooner than I thought. We're gonna sleep. See how much cash I can get for him in tomorrow. Money, 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 make that bank. Okay, so it's not raining so far. We're gonna check the forecast. Cloudy. Works for me. These babies outside while I still can. Cream. Delvin, are you okay? Hearing shuffling outside my door, and I can't tell if it's Oof or if it's Cammy. Cammy's not screaming, at least for now. Ooh, egg. You don't have egg under your leg. I'll check it out. Nope. water these fishes today. If I don't, they'll yell at me. They're already wet. Okay, well, fine then. Guess it sort of rained today. You know what? I'm actually gonna buy. If I can cook an herbal soup for Matt and see if he actually enjoys that. Make by recipe. Do I know herbal soup? Heartwarming. You might like that. Let's try that. Let's try that. Not enough ingredients. Never mind. Let's just go. Instead of by recipe, we'll just cook. Your whole ass OBS. Damn, girl. Get it. I think that should be enough. No? Let's try. Can I make it? Can I access my fridge from this? No. Okay. Go to my fridge and see if I can get one of those herbs. Only need my help with 2 things. You got it. I'd be more than happy. Those. Be good. We're trying to cook with herbs today. Make Matt love me. Try this. Yes? No? Frick. Alright. I'll just buy one of the energy drinks off of Van. That should do the trick. I like to keep them on reserve even though supposedly no one likes them as gifts. But you never know. Carter just standing there waiting for Van to show up like a weirdo. Carter, nobody likes you, dude. Is he here? I mean, I'm gonna wait to give him a gift. Now cleaning up my laptop so I can reset it, but I'm still— ooh! I think this is exactly the hard event I wanted. Amazing. Oh, it's you. Sorry, I was lost in thought there. Huh? You want to know what I was thinking about? No, I don't want to talk about it. I can't. Please? Please tell me? I said no. Oh. You'll only make fun of me. What? We have 3 hearts. This is the 2-heart event. Hold on. Let me see what the best answer is. I won't, I promise. Okay. Fine. But don't you dare tell anyone else. Okay. Yesterday. Flashback? Flashback. Okay. Matt. Cece. Or Ceci? I don't know. Transform! What? Huh? Ah! This some fucking dream? And that's what happened. Only an idiot would get all hung up over a dream like that, huh? Not at all. Really? That's pretty reassuring, actually. I wasn't expecting anyone to care about my worries. Thanks for being such a good listener. Here, you should have this. Oh, yay! Ooh. See ya. He's so happy. He gave me vegetable juice. I got the juice. Alright, that's a good start. I am also going to stand around with Carter like a weirdo and wait for Van to set up his stall. Oh, nope. Hi, Nyx. Hello. Hello. Welcome. Hi. Good to see you. Thank you. Hello. He likes me. I hope so. I want to marry that man. Ramona, you're out.
Oh.
Romana, excuse me. She's out and about. Will she take a flower now?
Oh.
Yes. Yay, she takes it when she's not sitting in her chair. I'm good. How are you? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Opening up shop today? No, Van is coming today. What are you, dumb? Don't answer that question. I know the answer to that question. Go visit the Harvest Sprite, get me a recipe. If we're lucky, it'll be herbal soup or something. Van's up by the waterfall. Sweet time. Can't dig today because Van is here. Ooh, flowers. I can collect. Always. Hello? Excuse me. I want the flower you were unceremoniously standing on top of. Nope. Did you move? No, of course not. Why would you? There we go. Get these herbs. Spiral herbs. And a recipe. Oh, my back. Ooh, we love excitement and nervousness. All good things. Scarlet salad. Okay. Not necessarily the recipe I wanted, but it is the recipe I received this day. I accept, good sir. Man, I'm gonna need you to get your happy ass away from the waterfall. Do your stand in the middle of town. I have things to do. Things to accomplish. Oh, he's down there in the freaking forest. Van, where are you going and what are you doing? Ren Fair. Oh my god. I think it's gonna go super well for you. I'm gonna put it out into the universe, Nyx, that it's all gonna go super positive and well for you. You're so close, and yet so far. You're welcome, my love. Sir. Oh, happy Halloween! Happy Halloween! There he is. Now I can freaking go shopping! I'm gonna have to add, the blend shapes to all of my models now because it's not reading my face anymore. Like, I'm blinking right now, but this model is not reacting. Oh, you know, it's fine. I'll remember one day. I want to sell. Give me all your gold. Please, may I have all of your money? $6,100. I'll take it. Was hoping for more, but we'll take what we can get. I'm gonna buy. I'm gonna buy a couple of these. Nope, that's it. Let's go give this to my hopefully new boyfriend. Oh, Matthew! I think he was up here last I saw him. Heading to go brood at the waterfall. Best is over there. He's not here. He just wandering around their farm then? He likes to do that too. Those are scarecrows. I thought those were people. Oh, there he is. Hello, gift. You bet it is. Tell me you love me. He liked the milk I gave him. Okay, now what? Talk to me. The heat was bad enough, but the humidity is making things way worse. Okay, well, I can't go in and check his diary when no one is at the farm, apparently. Okay, well, mission accomplished. Got the money. Still don't think I can buy anything. I can buy the pond. I guess I'll buy the pond. See if we can't get some duckies around here. I love duckies. Have egg? You do have egg. Oh! Hey, melon! Those like a couple more fertilizer. Turnip. What up, Draco? Howdy doody. How you been? Good to see you, friend. Turnips? I swear to God, if my turnips die again, I'm right. Ooh, the peaches are growing in. Love that. Ooh, and the bananas. Banana, 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 banana. No, not ready. Oh, no. Give me all the bananas. Banana. Oh, and it's raining. Alright. Everybody get inside. Everybody get inside. Where it's dry. Just started out. Oh, me? I'm still summer year 1. So I'm not too much farther behind you. I'm on summer 8, year 1. How are you enjoying it? I literally watered those turnips and then it started raining. What a waste. Yeah, it's a weird mix of short seasons, but like long days. Oh, sleep. morning. That's good. One moment, please. Being able to water twice a day. Yep, that's true. And the fact that it can grow in rather quickly in the middle of the day is nice too. Alright, that'll be good. Time sensitive message. Oh. I have one day left. If the turnips don't grow in tomorrow, I'm screwed. Because these both rely on my turnips being done. You already have one person at 5 hearts? I'm trying to do that. Oh. What the hell? He was at 3 hearts 2 days ago. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's got 7 hearts now? Hello? How the frick did that happen? Let me take a look at his heart events. 6 heart events. I can do that next month. Amazing. There's a 4 heart event? Oh, that was what I just did. Okay. Oh, okay. I thought that was a 2 heart. All his crazy dreaming. I give him a freaking energy drink and suddenly he's smitten. What's the weather? Mostly sunny. Good enough for me. I'm like really, oh my god, are you ready? Oh, okay, they flowered. They're just not quite ready. I'm the same, but with the cheeseburger. Oh yeah, Cecilia. I went after her in the OG game. I like her. I tend to go after the ones that are also farmers. So that's why I'm going after Matt. He's like kind of a farmer. Kind of. He's practicing being a farmer. Why are you all the way over here? Chickens are never in the same place. She loves warm milk soup. Nice. He loves herbal soup, but I don't have the recipe, and I can't figure out how to make it on my own. I've tried it a couple different ways, but it came out awful both times, so... He is the hottest male character, this is correct. In my humble opinion. Snuggle. No. Where are you going? I'm trying to snuggle you. You. Rooshki? Another Rooshki? Oh my god. Rooshki. You can't do anything when they're asleep. Like, try and use it. I wake them up. I look exhausted. Did you not sleep, bro? Thank you. Good lord. I'm going to try the Richie girl, but I can never find out what she wants half the time. I think she likes sweets? I don't remember. She works in the cafe, so it's not like 100%. think at this point I've just given up training the dog because it takes too much time. I don't even know if I can fulfill the ones that I have already.
Hey!
Hey! I don't want you to eat my face. Please accept. Talk to me, please. Different this time? Working in the fields tires you out. That's literally the same thing that you always say. Took a break from my Switch games and have been replaying Cyberpunk and Fallout. Love that. You need to check your diary, sir. 4 hearts. Okay, so I guess the affection in my journal is not actually an indication. Because, like, this says 7, but his diary says 4. So, I guess, I don't know. Because upstairs is Cecilia's room. So let's go up there and see what that one says. She also has a diary. Yeah, she's got 2 hearts. So I don't know why there's like no correlation between the two, but whatever. No horse. Somehow I can imagine you watching him while he's asleep. I mean, why would anyone ever do something so creepy? I mean, when they're pretty, they're pretty. What do you want? What are you judging for? Pickles. I need a soup there. Herb soup, please. I need the other sprites to give me recipes too, damn it. The chickens have eggs. Yes. Not judging, just imagining silly situations. Sure. Stop trying to get back on the egg that I'm trying to take out from underneath you, lamb. Alright. Write in journal. Okay. We're gonna try and raid out this time. I gotta go. I gotta make dinner. Thank you guys for hanging out. Lydia, if you will do the thing and share the things, please. Quick. Thank you. Do I need to give Stream Elements a sub again, or is it just OBS showing me that it doesn't have emotes? Who can I raid? Who be doobiein'? We'll go to Suno Shikano. Looks like they're playing Pokemon Emerald. Time did go by fast. You are correct. Hold on, I have to move my camera out of the way so that I can see my keyboard. Parade. Suno Shikano. There we go. Everybody grab the message that you can use. We're gonna go spread some VTuber love. Be kind. Maybe hang out a little bit if you want to. No pressure. And I will see you guys, oh god, hopefully again later this week. So, I love you. Mama loves you. Goodbye. Mwah.